Expresso's back in the workshop with Ferodo's Albertus Steyn, the expert at helping you care for your set of wheels.
Over the series, we've done quite a lot of work on this little guy. The front braking system is all brand new discs, and you might pick up some new shocks in there as well. As we move to the rear, though, we encounter something that we haven't seen before, a drum braking system, which operates very much in the same way as a disc. But when it comes to maintenance, there are some changes that can be a little bit intimidating. Albertus, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Explain to me the drum braking system. How does it work? How does it differ from a disc system?
The main difference is there's shoes housed inside the drum assembly that actually actuates and presses against the drum assembly itself, stopping the vehicle.
First, you need to remove the split pin and nut that hold the wheel bearings in place. Albertus uses a side cutter to wedge out the split pin.
You'll see this nut is actually just hand tight. The reason for that is it's setting the preload on the bearings. So if you over tighten this nut, it will actually seize the wheel bearings during operation. So we're removing the nut now. And the handy tip is always to put your thumb there to make sure that the wheel bearing actually don't fall out. And there you go. Okay. There you can see where the wheel bearings, everything goes in.
You can see much more surface area on the shoe, eh?
Yeah, you can definitely note that the contact area that makes contact with the drum assembly is much larger compared to that of a disc brake assembly. But saying that, and most people think it's an old generation braking system, is very, very efficient because of the large contact area that we've got.
I suppose if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
Yeah, just adjust the system each and every time when maintenance is carried out on, this, on the vehicle itself. And here you can see the handbrake cable coming through, linking up to an arm that's linked to the one shoe itself. And if you apply the handbrake, you can see the shoe moving itself. So over here you can see the adjusting screw, and we just need a flat screwdriver to adjust it slightly. And you'll hear 2 or 3 clicks at a time. Don't go and click it 10 times because you'll over adjust and you won't be able to get the drum assembly back on. Let's have a look where the setting is right now. That's it. You can definitely feel there's drag or the slight contact between the linings and the drum assembly itself, and it's very important to have it as close as possible, not on a point where it actually starts binding, but you have to have a slight little bit of drag between the linings and the drum assembly itself. Now we can start showing the viewers at home exactly how to set the preload on the bearings, because now we finish with the adjustment on the drum assembly itself. So we preset the bearing by tightening it and giving it about a quarter turn back to make sure that the load is right on the bearings. It feels perfectly, because you must remember, if it's over tightened, there's no place for expansion once they start heating up, and they will definitely seize, even if like I mentioned, if it's a new bearing. Now it's time to fit the new split pin. You can see the new split pin over here. Push it through. Bending it, and that's it. That should keep the nut and everything in place. Make sure that nothing actually gets looser than it was supposed to be.
All right, you've removed the mystery. Any final adjustments that we need to make?
There's a final adjustment on the handbrake cable itself. Normally, I prefer 3 to 4 clicks of the handbrake. If it gets to around about 7 clicks, definitely start looking at readjusting the handbrake cable, and something that I'm going to show the viewers now at home.
Loosen the lock nut using a spanner, slightly adjust the cable, tighter or looser, and check inside the vehicle if the adjust is right. Then lock the setting and you're done.
The biggest tip is always remember, if any work is being carried out on the front part of the vehicle, always remember the rear. We're working on a complete system, not only a set of brake pads or only a shoe that we change on the vehicle itself.
Yep, got to look after the holistic health of your vehicle. Well, I think we learned a huge amount today. Remember, you can complete your education by contacting the manufacturers directly. Feel free to ask them questions. Speaking of which, you can connect with Ferodo online at ferodo.com. Join their community, follow them on Twitter, on Facebook. Great way to pick up some interesting facts, follow their racing team, a whole lot of really interesting stuff.
Did you know that 8 out of the top 10 selling vehicles in Europe is Ferodo fitted? You've got the experts on your side.
You're in control with Ferodo.